Hello and welcome to another Adventure Beer Advent Calendar beer review. So, day 8, be interesting to see what's coming up. A bit later than the standard 5 o'clock opening. Whether YouTube will send any notifications out, we shall see. They are what they are. So, I'll dive straight in because I've got Chinese dinner coming. And I won't know until it comes. So, day 8, here we go. It's another trad bottle. Oh. So, Shipstone's Brewery, and it's their original best bitter. Second, I'm sure is it the second? No, it's actually the first beer from Shipstone's. I did actually have Shipstone's rather the other day. So, just have this. God, I feel steaming. Yeah. Any problem doing beer reviews when you've had another beer before? Oh, dear. So, Shipstone's a big, iconic brewery in Nottingham. These days, the new Shipstone's, shall we say, is more of a microbrewery based in Basford. It does say on the back, and I will read it, a true English session ale, which is crowded in simplicity, yet full of flavour. An enticing aroma of resinous hop and sweet roasted malt. The flavour being a balanced blend of succulent dried fruit, lightly roasted malt, and a subtle yet assertive bitterness with a dry and refreshing finish. And got to be honest, 3.8%. Got to be honest, I've already forgot all of that. Brewed at the Little Star Brewery, Church Lane, Old Basford, Nottingham. Yeah. And I actually went there for on 2 days before my wedding, renewal vows. So here we go. The pour itself, golden looking in this light, at least, and with my dodgy eyes. Golden looking, white head, a good bit of carbonation going off. No lacing at the moment. Nice fruitiness on the nose. There's a good fruitiness on the nose with this one. Yeah, very fruity on the nose. And sometimes, it's nice to go back and try beers. One, when you're sober, because obviously drinking beers when you've had a drink is never good. That tastes fucking great, that does. And what's this shit? They're the sort of opinions you can get. But the ability to have it, and again, beautiful fruity aroma coming off this. And I don't think I've ever smelt that on the original before, funnily enough. So it's funny being in the beer room and doing a room temperature review over being in the shed and doing basically what would be a cold review. Got to be honest, my dad's favourite brewery, when he was around at least. They must have done a barley wine back in the day because he used to love barley wine, although it didn't do him any good because he wasn't very well on the barley wine. But these things happen. Good evening, Mark. Old Forest sponsorships, back in the day. Not good times at Nottingham Forest at the moment. I absolutely love Steve Cooper, but I fear that maybe, all these players they've bought in, all these bloody players that aren't, more to what the Forest, what Nottingham is about, is doing us down. I fear I fear his time's running out as well. Yeah. And he's all about Forest. It's sad. It will be a really sad moment when he leaves. I don't, unless he can turn it around and perform some miracle, like he did last season, to be fair, because this time last season we were in a shit state. If we don't get the right players, a Wanwi, if that's how you pronounce his bloody name, a Wanwi, if he's back fit, he can bang a goal in against anybody. But the other players, they're a bunch of twats. And, there's a lot of players there that, I'm Brazilian. What? So you're fucking good? Yeah. So you care about Nottingham? Yeah. No. And I'd rather have players that play with heart than players that want the money. Yeah. It's not about the money. Good evening, John. I've been down to the Nottingham Winter Wonderland. Yeah, it's shit. So, yeah, proper shit. But the wife wanted to go, so she went. She's seen it. We went to a pub and we came home. Yeah. And then I did a beer review and a strong beer review, and I feel absolutely twatted now. So I need to recover, as it were. Luckily, this is only 3.8%, which is a good move. Shipstone's original bitter. Mark, the cost down there, 11 quid for a Yorkshire pudding wrap. Burgers, 8 or 9 quid. There was an ice bar. So you go into this bar, obviously it's freezing cold. 20 quid for two beers or 2 fucking shorts or whatever. 2 drinks, that's what it was. 2 drinks, which would be a vodka in freezing cold temperatures. 20 quid. And God, they know how to charge. But don't forget that the council charged them for doing that. I do wonder with John that the owners, because the owners are buying, I would have thought that the owners are buying some of these foreign players that they're buying, and he's forced to, play some of these foreign players, even though he doesn't want to. And, it's a tough situation to be in. If you're being told, look, I've paid 10 million for him, I'm paying this twat 100 grand a week, I want him played. And there's the problem. And this is it with all football clubs. The manager is only part of the equation. The bloody owners are obviously a big part of the equation. Good evening, Jimmy, and good evening, Darren. Hope you're okay. So I'm on the Shipstone's original tonight, an original Nottingham brewery that was sold to, I think it was Scottish Newcastle. And I think they're now been brought out by Heineken. So just to see how it is, all the Shipstone's beers disappeared. There's not one Shipstone's beer that Scottish and Newcastle / Heineken or whoever they fucking bought it actually kept on. Yeah, they took all the pubs, mind you. So, and the pubs are still around. Yeah, even the Star Inn at Beeston, where I normally drinking, is an actual ex-Shipstone's pub. So it just goes to show you, the why these big breweries buy pubs, buy breweries. They buy breweries. I mean, for me, Castle Rock Brewery with 25 pubs is possibly the most appealing of the local breweries, because you've got that thing where you can buy 25 pubs as well and shove your shite into them and wreck them as well, as you've wrecked your own pubs. But there you go. Mark, definitely, mate. Yeah, I feel sorry for the bloke. he loves Forest. He's maybe he was a Swansea fan before, but when he came to Forest, he came here and he loves it. And you can see the hurt he's going through, and I really can't see it lasting much longer. I'm on some small craft something from Estonia tonight. Oh, fair play. Was over there on Wednesday. Wow, bless you. Got to visit Pahala Brewery too. Wow, Jimmy. Fair play, mate. Fair play. If you've got that ability to work, go abroad, visit breweries, and acquire beers, obviously, that is an amazing thing. Fair play. How strong is the beer you're drinking? So, Darren, it's 3.8%. I did actually review a 12.2% directly before this beer. That's why I felt sound a bit drunk. And I did have a beer in town, a couple of beers in town as well. So, yeah, I'm at that moment where the beer's taking hold and all of a sudden it will just disappear and I'm back to normal. I absolutely agree, Mark. Yeah, that's what they're like, pariahs, aren't they? They just want to take over the brewery and kill the brewery off. Marston's, sad to say, have done that with all the breweries they've took over. And it really is a sad situation. Good evening, Ali. How are you? I've just been reviewing another Blue Monkey Brewery beer. Their sherry aged barrel imperial stout, 12.2%. Oh my gosh, it's a stunner. The label reads Pinot IPA from Hopster Brewing. Lovely old school IPA, 6.5%. Fair play. So, first two live reviews tonight. Shipstones. My dad used to love this brewery. He used to get a barley wine, and I need to contact Shipstones to see if they've got the barley wine recipe that he used to drink, because I'm damn sure it was Shipstones back in the 80s before he left home, and then sadly I never seen him again, and that was at the age of 8. It is quite sad in that respect. Thankfully, as a father and grandparent rather, I will always be there for my children, but it's a different world in the last generation and other generations. And this generation, to me, certainly in Britain, the UK, is a generation that is there more for their children, but interesting nonetheless. So, last of the beer gone in. Crystal clear. Amber looking pour. Slightly off white head. And like I say, only 3.8%. Yep. And I can read that best bitter. And I can read that without the magnifying glass as well, which is nice. I do have to remember the camera is in the middle of the laptop. So, to be fair, different to a lot of best bitters, there's a nice fruity nose. You'd think it was an IPA. But yeah, it tastes like a best bitter with a slight perfume on there as well. Certainly easy drinking. Obviously, for anybody who knows Nottingham and of a certain age, older than me, Shipstones were massive back in the day. Obviously, I don't know that because I wasn't an age. When my dad used to come home, I was only 8 years old. So you'd need to be somebody in their 60s and above, to be fair. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. I would like them to do I think they did a red star and gold star at one stage, and I would like them to do the barley wine. If anybody from Shipstones was ever watching this, doubtful, but there you go. Good evening, Carla. And Alec, which Advent candle wins so far? Modern traditional, Adventure Beer wins all day long. Yeah. They've literally all, bar one or two, been modern traditional. On the craft beer side of things, the Smiling Grape batters Adventure Beer, and that would be the same anyway, because I know what's coming in. I know what I've had so far in the Adventure Beer, all craft beer cans, and I know what's coming, and there are a lot of good craft beer breweries coming up. So yeah, Smiling Grape really smashed it out of the park this year for craft. For local support, obviously, Adventure Beer is certainly easily the best. And if you've never had Nottingham and Derby and parts of Leicester, not much of Leicester, beers, then Adventure Beer is certainly the Advent calendar to go for. Got a bottle of London Porter tonight, brewed for Sainsbury's by Shepherd Neame. I pray to God that you do not get any glucose in the taste, sugary glucose on the taste, Carla. Shepherd and Neame just recently, and this is because of cost cutting, I've been introducing glucose to their beers. And if you're somebody like me, I can taste glucose a mile off. Other people, it may not be an issue. But for those who can taste glucose, it's all about what you can taste. And I've learned this. And I think the same thing is, does it taste sugary? In other words, yeah. But I've learned this with certain beer reviewers that have got a thing about sugary beers. And I've slagged them off because I said, don't fucking taste sugary, you twat. But obviously, all of us get what we get. Unless they're trying to be a drama queen, which some people actually do, sadly. But yeah, let's hope it don't. Yeah. And Shepherd and Neame, literally, it's only been the last few months. Two of their beers, both beers tasted of glucose, and very disappointing. They were great beers as well. Good evening, Thomas. How are you? So, here we are. Shipstone's Original. Ooh. Malty, traditional, bitter. Yeah, slight nuttiness coming through right at the end there. It took a while for it to come through, but a slight nuttiness. 3.8%. Yeah, it's tasting fair play, to be fair. Right. See, Carla, this is where we're all very different. Winter Porter. Yeah. Yeah, the cinnamon, nutmeg, and so on. It's all down to your style of taste. I absolutely love that beer, the Winter Warmer. It is a stunning beer, but obviously, if you do not like those sort of things, then you're going to struggle. ABV, I think it's 3.8%. So, yeah, 3.8. I'm making homebrew beer barley wine, 12%. 12%. Oh, bless you. Yeah. I need to get back into some strong. I look at grain brewing and then I look at brewing in kits. Grain brewing, 5 hours. 5 hours of your time. Grain brewing with kits, literally 20 minutes. 20 minutes over 5 hours. And I can understand why a lot of home brewers think, I'm not fucking doing that. I'm not spending 5 hours to brew a fucking beer when I can brew it in 20 minutes and then just chuck different hops in. Begs that question. I think, Carla, have you tried Abbott Reserve? Have you tried Fuller's 1845? I would say Shepherd and Neame 1698, but I'm worried about the glucose element. Fuller's Golden Pride, which is only available at Sainsbury's, Waitrose rather. Black Sheep Brewery Wig Welter. All those beers, woof. I'll be drinking the beer for 5 hours. Good evening, Dale. Juice Forsyth is a prime example. How can it be considered a beer? It's just alcoholic lilt. Yeah, you will get beers like that as well. Yeah. So you obviously, I do find that ladies, a lot of ladies, like a certain style of beer. My wife, she is certainly the person who drinks more dark beers, stouts, porters, and that. She maybe a best bitter now and again. Nothing tropical, nothing sour. She won't touch them. But it's interesting to know, as a beer reviewer, well, so-called, I'll drink, for fuck's sakes, I'll drink literally anything, and I'm pretty good with that. Hey, someone's at my door. Oh dear, dinner. I knew it was coming. The Chinese. So, need to knock off and get some dinner and chill a little bit. Shepherd and Neame, 3.8%. Sorry, Shipstones. Fucking hell. That's what you get for reading. I love 1845. Avon's Boarside last night, which I love. Rightio, Carla. If you go to Morrison's, they've got Wig Welter. Wig Welter is that type of beer as well. You'll love that. And to be fair, Witchwood King Goblin is also that type of beer. I'm ordering from Tak Yin later. That's who's just come. Yeah, we're far too close. So, amber looking pour, whitehead. Malty nose, malty taste, a traditional best bitter, slight hint of nuttiness, super easy drinking, 3.8%, but it's very nice. It's an easy drinking best bitter. Out of 5, for me, a good 4.1 out of 5. Yeah. And the heritage that's behind Shipstones is amazing. And that, sadly, is my last, because I better go and get me dinner and maybe wake up a little bit. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining in, and we'll see you later on, possibly at about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock for the low cost beer advent calendar review. Hopefully. Thank you for watching. See you soon. That's if I can turn this fucking computer off, because it takes ages.